Welcome to Chemistry of the Kitchen 2014 edition. I want to use the Blackboard page as a means of introducing you to the different content elements of the course. So when you open up the Blackboard page, you'll immediately see that you can go to the Start Here tab to look at the syllabus and the schedule. You'll also see that there are elements corresponding to academic dishonesty, your blog entries, and each week's content. This in particular is going to be important. I'm going to update these regularly, but this is your weekly content. It's going to have everything you need for the entire week, including readings, lecture videos, and other important links. But let's take a quick look at the schedule, or the syllabus. Key ideas. Well, there's the email address of me, Dr. Gillespie. There's my office hour and office location. There's your textbook that is required reading. Very important too, though, is that this is an online blended with in-class course, and we only have a few actual meeting times that don't correspond to the number of weeks in the term. Please pay attention to these. Please pay attention as well that these required meetings are not held in the catalog listed location. They're held in the student dorm, Santa Cruz Village G130 Lounge, because there's a kitchen facility there. Here in the required course elements, you can see all the different aspects of the class that you're going to be expected to keep track of. In particular, the blended part of this course, the online part of this course, mostly amounts to a sort of set of lecture videos that I've posted for you. Those are available on YouTube as well as downloadable video files. There's a significant amount of reading. It's not particularly difficult or challenging reading, but you need to keep track of it. Because, and this applies to both the readings and the lectures, your blog entries are going to be not only lab reports, as we'll see, they're also going to have to tie back to these other content elements for you to get your full points. In addition to writing 10 blog entries over the course of the semester, you'll be expected to comment on your peers. Okay, those are really critical. Now, there's other important pieces of information. Let me move these around a little bit. We see that there will be quizzes. Really important. Please pay attention to the fact that we'll be doing 5 quizzes online over the course of the term. Don't panic about those, but they are, again, going to be based on course content, your readings, and the lectures that you've watched. You'll be expected to develop your own project as well as participating in the activities that I present for you. So that's going to be a kitchen experiment of your own devising, and I'll expect you to give a report on that as well. The grading is broken down here for you. You can see that the quizzes play a big role, the blog entries and comments play a big role, and your final project report all play an important role in determining your number of points. There's a section on academic dishonesty we'll come to later. Student disabilities, boilerplate information. If you have any questions about any of these, please email me. Looking at the schedule, I've broken it down for you by date. These are Tuesdays, reminding you that in boldface here are the dates of our actual face-to-face meetings. If we don't have a boldface day here, we're not meeting in the Santa Cruz Village G130 Lounge, okay? So only the boldface days are our actual face-to-face meetings. Here I've shown you exactly what the lecture content is going to be in your videos for each of the weeks that you see. And critically, again, the experiments that we do, I provide one for you to do every week, but it's only on these highlighted days that we will meet together to perform those activities. Otherwise, you'll be doing them on your own. Here I've given you the readings that you'll be expected to keep track of. Please pay attention here because the readings are not in table of contents order. We see that actually we're beginning at the end, and that's because that's all basic chemistry content. Here as well, I've listed the dates, approximate dates of your quizzes. For now, just realize that the quizzes will be spaced out every 3 to 4 weeks over the course of the term. Those will be online quizzes, and I'll refer again to the whole issue of academic dishonesty a little bit later. Also, in terms of keeping track of content, I will be checking blog entries on a regular schedule, again, every 3 to 4 weeks, and I'll expect you to be hitting particular road marks along the way, right? So after week 2, I expect you to have a blog entry done. If you haven't completed it by week 2, you can't make it up later. Those points are gone for you. Likewise, by week 5 or so, I'll be looking for the subsequent 2 blog entries. If you haven't done them by then, you don't get those points back. So that's for your benefit, so you do not fall behind in your writing. All right. If we go on through the Blackboard page, we'll see that after starting here and after studying academic dishonesty and after looking at where your blogs are, you'll see that for each week there's a content item. You only see one right now. That's because we're in the first week. I'll be populating those as we go. I'll let you get ahead a little bit as well, but for now there's 1 week available to you. Here's the elements of the course to be found in each week. For this week, of course, you'll be able to click here and find the video that you're watching now. You'll also be able to find what our readings are for a particular week. You'll be able to find links for the lecture videos. You should also be able to download those videos from this page as well. And then there'll be notes that you can link to click and download a PDF, so that if you want to keep your own notes, you can do that. I strongly recommend that. And then as well, there'll be the activities. Again, you can download that as a PDF, and I urge you to bring these to class. I'll write that down. Bring to class. These are not only instructions for each experiment, but they're also data sheets that you're going to really have to keep track of carefully, so that you can write up your reports after the fact. Have here. Okay, yes. So back to those blogs. Remember that you'll be writing 10. Please note again that 10 does not correspond to the number of weeks in the class. You're not writing one for every experiment. You get to choose, but you do have to keep up with the grading schedule that I mentioned earlier. I've given you an example of what that looks like. I just wrote this one up for you. And there's more on my expectations for the blog on the actual blog instruction page. So please pay close attention to that. Basically, I expect it to follow the general form of an informal lab report, with using professional, not colloquial language, and being well edited and including plenty of imagery and tables. Having said that, I'm very excited to work with you this semester, and I look forward to seeing you on Tuesday. Finally, I'm going to mention very briefly academic dishonesty. The Writing Center in particular provides lots of really good resources for plagiarism and avoiding plagiarism. That's probably pretty important for us, since we'll be doing a lot of writing in this class. I want to make it clear to you that no plagiarism of any kind will be tolerated. I will give you a 0 on the assignment at a minimum, and perhaps fail you in the course if I see any evidence of that or of cheating on the online quizzes. So please be aware of all of this. Find the resources and educate yourself so that you can avoid falling into the trap of plagiarism. Having said that, I'm